Hey, welcome friends. My name is Midnight Modesto. I'm with Supercharged Weasel Games, and welcome to my devlog. So today I'll be adding enemies to my Black Dust NFT inspired game. If you don't know what Black Dust is, definitely check out the description below. Alright, with that, let's get into it. So before we start adding enemies, let me tell you a little bit about what we've done up to this point. Up to this point, I've added animations, I've added lighting, and I've also added weapons. All that looks really cool. You know, I ended up adding enemies to this, or I shouldn't say adding, I imported the enemy assets prior to this live stream, and real quick I'll show you. It's kind of broken everything. No more animations, no more lighting. Turn the lights off just so you can see what we had before. And you can see that the lighting is no longer working. But with all that said, I'm sure it's just a wiring issue. I'll fix it up after the live stream. I still want to do the enemies here on this live stream, so we'll get into that real quick. One last thing that I've done prior to this is I downloaded a Unity asset. Let me see if I can pull that up for you guys. It's called the top-down engine, and what this is going to allow me to do is build the game a lot quicker. This includes camera movement, terrain movement, achievements, inventory. I guess I should say tons and tons of systems that I'd have to build myself otherwise. Since I could just buy this asset and it has it all built in, I don't have to worry about it. I think this is going to be a huge time saver for me. So part of what I've been doing is refactoring what I've built so far to put it into the top-down engine. And I'll kind of show you as we build enemies how quickly this can save time. Alright, so with that, let's get into it. And just to give you guys a little warning, a little heads up, I have not even looked at these enemy assets. I think this is what I want to take a look at though. We've got a robots pack. So I'm just going to pull these out one at a time and see what we got. That one's pretty cool. I think that one looks more like a mid-tier enemy. What I really kind of want is a bunch of little minions, you know, that will surround the characters, and then maybe a couple of these guys, a couple heavies. So let me see if I can find some minions. Ooh, that guy's kind of cool. See, that's kind of what I would think of as a minion, but I want it smaller. So we could scale this down. That'd be pretty cool. Just have, you know, like 50 of those. Let's move him over here. I want to keep looking to see what else we got. Again, I could see that as being another mid-tier. You know, I could do the same thing, scale this one down so he's smaller and have more of those. Be somewhere between this guy and this guy. Huh. See, that would be a good minion as well. I don't know why he's so much smaller than the others. That's interesting to me. It's almost too small. And that one would definitely be a heavy. You know, I could see maybe even that one being a boss. That one's cool. That's another boss looking bot. Although I'm not sure. It's like a mining rig. Yeah, you could put a load in here or something. Maybe you could fill this with other little enemy robots and they come hopping out of there. The one I think I want to create today for the project, I think I want to use this one. And this is what's so exciting about the top-down engine, is how quickly you can create characters for the game. Just going to create an empty. I'll call this one Spiderbot. Set that to 0, 0, 0. And I'm actually going to set the scale back for testing purposes. I want to make sure that it's big enough that we can hit it. So to create an enemy, we just type in character. Get our character component in here. And we tell it, you know, this is an AI character, we're not a player. Go down here and just build a character. I'm just setting up some specifics for this character, saying that the animator comes from this asset, and we also need to know the character model for this asset. And you can see by adding that and running the script, it's added all these other components to our character. Really quick. Otherwise, I'd have to do all this by myself from the start, and that's a lot of work. Just gonna adjust the character collider. Or that's actually a character controller. Just want to set the size appropriate to the character. Increase this radius. Something like that. It's a little too big, size-wise. Does that make a difference? There we go. That's odd. It's not changing. I guess we're going with 2. I'm actually okay with that. Actually make this a little bit bigger. Alright, we've got a character controller. Let's add a collider. Ooh, I saw a spear collider. Let me add that instead. Yeah, there we go. And I'll make similar adjustments. Bring it up 1. .44. Alright, that sets up our colliders, our controller. Let's see, I think I want to change up the movement. I want to tell it how to choose its direction. I don't want a free direction. It may not be in this. Maybe it's character orientation, that's it. I want it to be in the movement direction. I'm not going to have this minion have a weapon, even though you can see it's got a little cannon. The idea is that they'll just run and hit the enemy and you'll take damage that way. And we're going to tell it this is the model we're going to rotate with the movement direction. I'll just go ahead and set this. I don't think it makes a difference, but I'll just set it anyways. Otherwise it could give us some warnings or something. Alright, I think that sets up our character. I'll go ahead and hit play. Let's see if we can shoot it. Oh wow, that's a lot bigger than I thought. Alright, we can definitely shoot it. I think I am going to go ahead and scale this down. I'll scale it there, let's scale it in here. I'm just going to leave it like that. Just flat. Alright, let's try this again. You know what? It may be hard for you guys to see that. Let me maximize this so you can see it better. There you go. I think that's about right. That size. Just take one more quick look. And the body is appropriate. I'd like it to be a little bit smaller, maybe. Let me try one little thing. See if we can make it smaller. Let's go with 0.3 rather. All right, yeah, I think I like that. We'll run with that. Okay, check this out. This is super cool. You saw how quick I was able to create that enemy, and now to add AI, we just need to add some decisions and some actions. So first I want some decisions. Let's go with target radius. Basically, if the player character gets in that radius, they'll attack, or they'll at least follow. Trying to figure what else do I want. I want to make sure that the target is alive. I don't want to do anything if the target's dead. I think that might be all I need. Let's go with some actions now. One of the actions, so I want to move towards the player. We could set it up for doing nothing, but I don't want it to do nothing. I want it to actually randomly move around. You know what? I'll go ahead and do nothing just so we can test it out. You know, once we see that it's working, I'll change it up to actually move around. I don't want to go hunt it down while I'm trying to test it. Oh, there's one in here that's like move randomly. There we go. And then one last one, like move towards the target. Yeah. Okay, I think we need to change a couple variables in here. I want the radius, the detecting radius, to be pretty big. I'm going to set to 10, and then target layer mask, going to set that to the player. That's what we want it to detect. I want it to avoid obstacles. I'll just leave those by default. Target is alive, nothing there. This is the move randomly, and I don't think that I need to change anything there. If it doesn't move the way I want it, I guess I could. targets. So I think I want the enemy to hit the player, so I don't think I want a minimum distance. I want to just put it to 0 so it'll actually run into the player. Last thing is we need to set up our state machine by adding an AI brain. And now we just kind of utilize the decisions and actions that we just set up. Detecting state. And what will I do during that time? I'm just going to do nothing. And then what's going to get me out of that state? Player is in the radius. If it's true, then we'll say moving. No, I don't like that. I'm gonna say, because if we do the manual, no. If we do the what is the word I'm looking for? At any rate, I'm just trying to say if the character's moving randomly and we make the state moving, then it doesn't really make sense. So let me change this to following. I'll call it following target. So I'll create that now. Correct this misspelling. Alright, when following the target, the action will be moving towards the target. And to get him out of that state, we'll say detecting, and if it's false, we'll go back to the detecting state. And another reason to stop following is if the player is dead. Let's see if that works. No, it definitely works. I'll walk by. It's pretty quick too. To build an enemy with AI that quickly, I mean that's amazing. That's awesome. That's really gonna help me out. You guys see the pattern to create characters, enemy characters specifically, very quickly, very easily by using these methods, having the AI brain. And again, it's all stuff that I didn't have to build from scratch. That would have taken quite a long time. And I'm so happy that I don't have to do that. I can just add these components and move forward. So hopefully things will move very quickly from here on out. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video interesting. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel out a lot. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. I'll see you on the next one.